Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, it happened. What was I talking about all this time about the my little mountain slope model? When it started little and they ended eventually to tell us, yes, we're gonna give them tanks. Yes, we're gonna give them aircraft. They give them tanks now. So we are right in the mountaintop. The next one is going to be airplanes, fighter jets, and it's going to happen. In a few days, that's going to happen. Now it's just the tanks. And how did they do it? With little weasels. Little weasel countries got the order and they delivered tanks to Ukraine. Okay, let's see. And that is not direct involvement. You know who that is, right? That is Slovenia. Slovenia is what's her name? Melania Trump's original native country, Slovenia. So I think the Russians colluded with Trump via Melania. In this case, Ukraine, I guess. So this article comes from Ukrinform, and it is from the 30th of October 2022. Ukraine receives 28 M-55S tanks from Slovenia. We are there. The jackpot was hit. Ukraine has received 28 M-55S tanks from Slovenia. So they already delivered. According to the Slovenian media outlet 24ur.com, the tanks were in the reserve of the Slovenian army. Instead, the country will receive 40 military vehicles from Germany. Now, Slovenia's Ministry of Defense confirmed that the tanks were successfully delivered to Ukraine. So M-55S tanks are a modernized version of the Soviet T-55S. Earlier, the country sent over 35 BVP M80A infantry fighting vehicles to Ukraine. So this is not the first transfer of military equipment. So, all right, well, I guess the show starts now. And why am I saying the show starts? Is because now this will pave way for other countries to start delivering their tanks, which is going to be Germany next, which already said, yeah, we are going to, but not yet. Yes. Now it's going to be, see, they already delivered tanks. So if we deliver, we're cool, right? So, and then the Americans, Abrams, and so on. So I've made a video today with an article stating that Ukraine sends pilots to United States to start flying on fighter jets because, I don't know, just for fun. Because they are getting them ready for deliveries, of course. And Ukrainians said, well, we might look at some European fighters as well if we are to receive any. And they will receive. They will receive aircrafts, military fighter jets, attack or bombers, whatever they will. But I think it's going to be, they wanted the F-16, 15, 16, and what was that? 18. So they're not like, no, you want something good. So, well, 28, right? There were 28 tanks or 24? 28, I think it was. And now they did 28. So when they say that Belarus gave Russia, I don't know, 96 tanks already or 92 tanks, and they were crying about it, which I don't know if that's accurate or not. They already said that that's not fair and not right. Is this fair and this is right? So you see, when you do it, it's okay. When the other ones are doing it, it's not okay. So that's why, but anyway, this is how war is. The only thing that kind of, I don't want to say irritates me, but bothers me a little bit or concerns me is Russia's, I don't know, I will call it inactivity lack of reaction. Aside from this kind of reaction, which means zero. It's kind of strange. Now, if you look where Slovenia, if you know where Slovenia is located, there's no way Russia can do anything to Slovenia. Cannot punch it in the face or anything, because Slovenia is too far, too hidden. Over there, it's you know, if I'm just gonna give you like countries around. It's by Italy, by Serbia, by Croatia, by Albania, in the Balkans towards Italy, so towards the west. And that's where Slovenia is, a little country over there. It's on the Adriatic Sea, I think. It's still it's far away. The Russians, the only thing that the Russians can do is use their Mediterranean fleet if they really want to do something. But I don't think they're going to do anything. Use their Mediterranean fleet, which they still have 13 vessels, warships in the Mediterranean, according to an article that I just made a video on today, where they have 20 Navy ships in the Mediterranean, Black Sea, and the Sea of Azov. They had 7, was it 7? Yeah, there were no, there were 17. Altogether were 20, and there were 13. There were 13 in the Mediterranean. There were 4 in the Black Sea, and there were 3 in the Sea of Azov. Altogether 20. So they still have, but I don't think they're gonna come close. And they're submarines. They didn't say about submarines. That doesn't mean that they will go on the coast of Adriatic Sea over there between Italy and Balkans, and are gonna just fire and blow those things up, because that would mean I'm talking about Slovenia. That would mean, you know, clearly World War III. It is right now, but it's still under kind of control. I mean, not kind of. It is under control. Otherwise, the Russians would just blow things up indiscriminately, which they don't do it yet. Even though these guys say, well, they can blow up anything they want if they want. I guarantee you that they have the ability. They have the missiles. They have the rockets. They have the capabilities without using any nuclear weapons. I'm talking about. They can flatten cities out. What they do, I don't know. It's I think it's also an understanding between the Russians and the Americans, because they don't go all the way in. If Russia really wanted to go all the way in, would have just called for general mobilization, get 20 million people, gave them all weapons and all that, and just by sheer number they would just stop in the Atlantic Ocean. I'm just kidding, not there, but anyway, stop in Poland's border, and that would be it. But that's not the plan. That would be an extreme, and I don't think these guys are going that way yet, and I don't think ever. I think it's okay as it is. Now you say, well, what the hell, is just 28 old Soviet tanks? Well, it is, but they will help, won't they? They're still able to shoot their cannons or whatever, and they will do damage. They could be able to do maneuvers. They could also be able to counterattack. It's not like a I don't know, automatic weapon. It's much more, obviously. So this is the how should I put it? I'm not surprised. I was just waiting for the time, which I don't have the watch. Oh my God. Anyway, so I was just waiting for the time, and the time came. And from here, we are at the top of the mountain slope model that I talked about all the time. The West started with the slow things, helmets, condoms, underwear, and then rifles, ammunition, armored vehicles. Then they talked about air systems, air defense systems, and they had this range, the other range, and then howitzers, and then they talked about airplanes and tanks. Now we have the tanks. One thing is missing. What's that? Yes, the airplanes. That's what it means. It's missing. The aircraft, the military aircraft, and they will get it. They will get it. And Russia will do nothing. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.